Hey everybody, let's do the Roomba. I know, yeah. So, we found this on a street scrap. I had done one of these, I don't know, a year or so ago. This is a newer model. So we're gonna take a look at this and see what's inside. I'm not expecting a whole lot, to be quite honest with you. Now it's funny, iRobot, I used to compete against them when I was in the underwater robotics industry at a different company, and iRobot was also trying to do the underwater robotics thing. Their CEO decided to go in a different direction, so I don't know if that was a good move or not. I know that the product, the underwater robot product that they were making, did not compete well with us. Do we have enough screws here? Holy jumping Jiminy. Oh, and of course there has to be one that doesn't want to play. And that's just some sort of rubber guard. All those screws for just a rubber guard. Man. Some engineers got carried away there. Let's see. We're gonna need the long, skinny screwdriver. I don't know if I told you all yet or not, but I went ahead and I took a thin screwdriver, I cut off the blade part. So something like that, right? I cut off the blade part, put a flat on it, and now it works great in my driver here for getting down inside these tight spots. That was not a screw, that's an electronic eye. Son of a gun. It looked like a screw. All right, let's see, we have a battery here. I'm guessing you are lithium ion. Lithium ion. That battery is not, I'm not gonna be able to take that and sell it to my yard. It's just too different. They take laptop batteries. I haven't found a buyer for general lithium ion batteries yet. All right, now. So this would have been for when it bumps up against something, it would hit these buttons here and that would tell it to stop and go in a different direction. We're gonna have a lot of plastic here. You out of the way. Yuck. Yuck. Nasty. Alright, let's see. More plastic. There's some screws down in here. Let's go to work on these screws. We're just going to work our way around it. Hopefully we'll find all the screws we have to. I'm assuming that it is balanced. Same screws on each side. Could be a bad assumption. That's a 3-prong screw. Why? Why not? Some engineer said, oh, I haven't used a 3-prong screw in a while. Let's do that. So this is just the wheel sections, and that's all plastic with the exception of a little spring. I'm not going to mess with that. Very modular construction going on here. And this is the beater wheels to, you know, actually cause the dirt and dust and stuff to come up into the vacuum. All right. So again, that's a lot of plastic, but there's a little motor right there. So, let's see. There isn't going to be much value here, so I want to try to get everything I can that's, you know, reasonable. So that motor is one of the things that I want to get, if I can. Come on. What's the hold up here? All right, so a little bit of wire here. Trash. Wire. More trash. All right, little motor. What is keeping you stuck? Maybe that's just a snap. There we go. That opened it up. Now we can get at the other keeper screw. And there's a little electric motor. Was it worth all that? I don't know. Let's be real. Breaking down a Roomba isn't worth it. Throw it in the shred pile. Because so far we haven't found anything that's worth the time that we have spent so far on this. I mean, come on. Unless there's a board hidden underneath it here, I think there's got to be something, right? Because we had a lithium-ion battery, so there has to be some charging smarts going on here. Let's just try flipping it over and see if we can get at something from the top. All right, now let's see. Got some screws over here on the top side. We ran out of screws on the bottom side. More plastic. More screws. So far, the most valuable thing we found is screws. Well, okay, maybe that motor. Let's see if there's anything hiding underneath of this plastic. Sometimes they just snap this plastic lid down. Ah, there we go. So we have a little plastic decorative lid. And now we have a whole bunch of screws, and I can see what looks like gold down there. Okay, there's our plastic shell. Let's shake out all the screws. Well, that's it for our board right there. So let's see what we got going here. Oh, huh. What I thought was visible gold was just yellow plastic over top of some tactile switches. Cheese balls. Cheesy, cheesy. I should have known better. I know these people better than to expect them to have done anything with real gold. All right, get some wire disconnected here. Maybe there'll be something more on the other side. All right, you know, this isn't a bad board. Just not a great board. Man, all right, so we have all kinds of visible gold, so we know it's a peripheral board. This side has some junk on it, but some of this could be cleaned off pretty easily, right? These pins could be pulled off. Some springs over here. This side is actually not a bad board. Here, let's get this stuff out of here. Wire. So now that we've separated the daughter card from, I guess that's the motherboard, let's look at the daughter card here. Lots of gold Enig, you know, points on this. And then over here we've got some components, flat packs, ICs, a bunch of tiny little MLCCs and other type components. So this could easily go into peripheral high grade. There we go. Here we have a plethora, I got to use that word again, a plethora of small ICs, flat packs, oscillators, gold edged oscillators, MLCCs, all very tiny components on this board. So we could easily call this a peripheral high grade board. Look how densely populated all that is. Yeah, peripheral high grade. Look at this junk. You see, this is why I don't like to do vacuums. Probably should have put a dust mask on. Anybody that's already typed out your you should have had a mask note on. Okay, I get it. I'll take the hit. Because you're right, I should have known better. All right, let's get this wire out of here. Well, so all of this little wire is for a bunch of LEDs and eyes to help it navigate. That's why you're spending a lot of money on these things, because it is kind of high tech, right? You know, you got LEDs and eye sensors, stuff like that to help it navigate and avoid bumping into things, or if it does, don't bump in too hard. Don't run over your cat. Drive your cat nuts. Your dog. Whatever other animal, small children. Slow adults. Having a little too much fun with that. Okay, we have another board here. Yeah, teeny tiny. Teeny tiny there. Oh, interesting. This board is on this plastic shell. And those are some little Torx there. That's why that didn't want to play. Alright, so, ouch! It attacked me! Little pin there stuck me in the hand. Gold fingers. Not really good gold fingers, but they're gold fingers. Lots of components and stuff on here. So I'm going to throw this in with my gold finger cards. Probably one of the more unusual gold finger cards I've come across. And then we have this tiny little board here that's nothing more than a IC, but it was for driving that electric eye right there. So I'll have to get my Torx, my little tiny Torx heads out to get that board off of there. There's visible gold, so yeah, once you get that board out, you can put that in with your peripheral hybrids. It's essentially a board to hold a big IC chip. Yeah, I know I could probably be a lot more careful about this wire, but I'm not that worried about it. It's not that much wire. It's not enough to get very excited over. What's underneath us there? Now, how do I get into that? Oh, that's this triple head thing. There was something there that looked like gold Enig on a board. Hang on a second, I know where I have a triple head. Kaiweets. There we are. Let's see, we're going to try the 2.3. Hey, all right. Yeah, that was very convenient. And we have some more screws. And a motor. Really? Is that what oh, interesting. So the gold Enig that I saw was where the power connector was for that motor that was driving that little brush. Huh. Now let's see here now. I don't want to just throw that board in with my motors. That would be kind of silly. Scrapping Irish would get really mad at me. There we go. And there we go. All right, now, of course, so there's our electric motor. But having gone through all of that, there's nothing on this board but the gold plating, the gold Enig. So yeah, technically it's peripheral because it's green and it's got visible gold, but it's peripheral low grade. I mean, there's nothing there. All right, well, folks, what are you? Oh, you're just a 3-stage cleaning system with carpet boost. Yeah, ugh. A lot of nasties in there. That's a filter. So you're trash. That's probably where all the nasty ends up, actually. All right, man, I gotta tell you, I'm not overly impressed with Roomba. But I wasn't overly impressed the last time I did a Roomba either, so there just isn't a whole lot to it. One board. The technology, I'm sure, is fascinating for people that are into robotics and control systems and stuff. But for scrap value, there ain't a whole lot there. So the next time we find a Roomba on the street, it's going into the shred pile. And I don't want to have any arguments out of it. You hear me? No arguments. Shred pile. That's it. Have a good day, everybody.